name's Cameron Justin, originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. Here to tell y'all my testimony about how I changed and started to pursue God full and wholeheartedly. My whole life, till I was about 14 years old, I was like living in complete sin. I was in sexual immorality from the age of like 4. But I felt like Satan planted a seed when I was really young with some things that happened in my past as far as like family members and stuff like that, like cousins and things along those lines. And so from that point on, I felt like it was a seed planted which led to a lot of sexual immorality throughout my teen years. Fast forwarded a little bit, when I came from Katrina, after Katrina hit New Orleans, we moved, to a couple of different spots, and we ended up going to Florida. And so while out in Tallahassee, I ended my second semester of my 8th grade year and started my freshman year of high school. That was like super crazy for me because, being a freshman in high school and still living in the world and still having that mindset of like wanting to please my flesh, I was doing any and almost everything as far as like hanging with people, going to parties, still living in sexual immorality and stuff like that. In 10th grade is when like God started highlighting to me these two particular friends of mine who are actually pastors' kids, preachers' kids, I'm sorry. And so we began to talk and he began to minister to me and take me to church. From that point on, they just began to pour out their life, and even though I kept on messing up and still going back and forth to my old lifestyle, they like sort of like molded me and began to like usher me into having a relationship with Jesus. And it wasn't until my older brother, Clifton, he got like radically saved. It was crazy how that happened. His radically changed lifestyle affected me, and so when I saw that there was a change in his life, I knew that there was something more to me, because I definitely felt dull trying to pursue this lifestyle that the American dream tries to put on everybody, I guess, if you want to call it like that. But jump back towards with my friends, after realizing that my brother had made such a drastic change, I was like, there gotta be something more. So I went to church one day and totally like just got blasted by the Spirit of God and just started weeping and just accepting him into my lifestyle, into my life. And so from my 10th grade years, when I accepted Jesus, I knew right from wrong, but still being this immature Christian, I still lived on the lines of sin and still trying to go back and forth whether or not I should live for Jesus wholeheartedly or go back and forth and try to live this double lifestyle. Junior year hit, and I was getting more involved into the church. From there, we went to DC, took a lot of trips, and as I began to become a part of the church, it started like molding me into how I should be living my lifestyle for Jesus. And so I started taking things out of my lifestyle that I knew wasn't right. Then from like my whole junior year was like, a molding process and a breaking down of like everything that I was dealing with. And God was just like tearing out all these things that I was setting up in my heart that was hindering his love. And so from that point on, 12th grade year, I was leading Bible studies. God was still working on my heart. I still had struggles nonetheless, but I still realized, God is going to be behind me if I'm glorifying him and glorifying his kingdom. Towards the end of my senior year, I really didn't know what I was going to do with my life. And after I graduated, I was going to go to Tallahassee Community College, but the Lord steered it, and I'm now attending International House of Prayer University, pursuing God as much as I can, as much grace as he's given me. And I can honestly tell you, like, through this, it's been like a total like molding process. Like, he's doing a lot with my heart, and it's amazing. It's a beautiful hurt, I guess if that's what you want to call it. Like, it hurts good. This lifestyle that I've been living, I mean, like, just try to compare the two. I mean, it's like, to glorify Jesus is so much more than living to please myself. It's like, nah, you know, I couldn't go back to it. So, you know, that's a brief summary of my testimony. Boom.